All right, let's take it down a notch.
It's locked in.
Have you seen Breakfast at Tiffany's?
I maybe saw it, but I can't remember.
It's one of those
a
movies
single
like
thing about it.
Everyone's seen like clips from it. I don't think I've ever.
I've never even seen clips.
Oh, really?
I
Oh wait, so you haven't seen it then?
I watched it.
Oh, okay, you watched it
because it was
Why,
on.
what inspired you to watch?
Like just that.
Oh,
It's like
it was just.
you know what?
It was just on.
Well, because we're always just like all media is terrible,
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, what about when it was good?
Uh-huh.
You know, like,
Breakfast
When
at
it was
Tiffany's.
probably made in the 50s.
yeah, I think it's 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's on whatever.
It's in color, right?
Yeah.
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 HBO Max, maybe
Probably.
some disappointing
Audrey
streaming
Hepburn.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah, Audrey Hepburn. I wanted to strangle her halfway through. It's a terrible movie. I couldn't finish
It's
it.
an iconic.
Yeah, I was
movie,
like,
would say.
iconic. I couldn't finish it. She's so fucking annoying in that movie. She's just like a party girl, I guess, or something. I don't know. And then there's this like monstrously racist.
It's played by a white guy, right? Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Mickey Rooney.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Mickey Rooney?
Yeah.
Like he's like super young then probably.
I guess I don't. He's still kind of old.
An adult.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be I think he's actually supposed to be
His
Japanese.
name like Chop Suey.
I don't, no, it's like
I'm thinking of Mickey Rourke. Sorry.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mickey
yeah.
Rourke. Yeah, now I know.
His son.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like Mr. Chang. Or
Right.
something. I don't think he has a weird name.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's fucking awful. It's terrible. Maybe it gets good at the end, but it's
It
just
gets
like,
really.
yeah. There are bits of it that are fine. But
It just that's funny because like it just when I hear Breakfast at Tiffany's, the first thing I think of is like that song, which I don't know. It was
Yeah,
like that
exactly.
one hit wonder,
Yeah,
and it's just
90s.
like that whole song is just about like a couple that's breaking up because they have nothing in common, and they're like, well, I think we both. I kind of remember liking Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I recall we both liked it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, the Carbros top tip is that movie's fucking trash.
Check it out.
Yeah,
Sounds like all Aubrey Hepburn movies you would not be a fan of. If just like her,
yeah, maybe
her herself.
I didn't know what
Yeah.
to expect, but yeah,
It's about time someone put that out.
It's about some time we
the Hepburn family needs
ruled
to
on
be
it.
taken down.
A lot of people have been asking.
a lot of people have been asking us for opinions.
That's why we started out with that topic.
Yeah. Similarly, since it's on here, maybe we'll transition after this into cars. But I've never seen The Sixth Sense.
I've never seen it either, but
Oh,
I know,
really?
I know the ending.
mean,
but
Yeah,
I've never
so
seen
I've
it.
seen it
if
many
you
times,
know
yeah.
the ending, because I kind of thought, well, I know the ending, so
Yeah.
that's going to ruin the movie.
Yeah.
And I watched the
It's
movie.
better.
It totally ruins.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it does. It does.
It's just
It's not one of those things where like, oh, now you really
yeah, it's like,
understand.
oh, you can appreciate it. It's just like, no, it's so
Yeah, it's like you
Yeah.
need to watch it
Obvious.
going in blind the first time, and then like it deserves one more rewatch, knowing the twist or knowing the
Yeah.
ending, and then you like pick up on the little subtleties. But like first watch knowing all the ending is going to be terrible.
Yeah, I feel like that movie was good for about 300,000 people.
Yeah.
Before it got out.
Before word got out about
Yeah.
the very obvious in hindsight.
It's like
ending.
the opposite of that Blair Witch Project movie, where like it came out and probably for the first year, like everyone thought it was real.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Like
there's
and
no-
word
there's no-
spread, and they're like, "Oh, you got to see this movie. It's like crazy. It's like
Viral.
found footage,
viral.
Yeah." And then it was
Oh.
like, "Oh no, it was just fake and scripted."
that's right. That was the.
Fight Club is a little bit like that too, right?
You know what? I'll be honest. Fight Club kind of doesn't hold. I still really like Fight Club,
Oh.
obviously, but I watched that again recently too, and the whole concept about Fight Club is like, isn't it crazy that like these guys are into fighting? And now, since then, MMA
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
UFC has gotten so big,
Right.
Yeah.
that like sort of every dude.
But I
Genetically-
guess it sort of shows that the movie was right in a way.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
If it like came
But
out at a
then
time
looking-
when that stuff didn't exist.
Yeah. It's just not as like profound
Right,
because
right.
they're walking around
Like even what's like Zuckerberg, like he's like, didn't he do a
yeah,
fight?
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But just like in the movie, the amount of just like ridiculous like swagger
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have walking around because they like 'cause they
Fighting.
fight people at night.
Yeah.
Where now it's like, why would you walk around? He's like got like
It's like the president is going into an arena full
yeah,
of
he's
those
got
people.
like blood in his mouth at
Yeah.
work. It's like, dude, clean yourself up. This
Yeah.
isn't like
You have to take a shower first before.
It just kind of lost a little bit of its.
Yeah.
Where like Matrix, when I watch Matrix again, I'm like, this movie's so good.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, that's Specify.
Yeah.
The newest one.
But it's not like, all this stuff is dumb. We have hovercrafts and aliens became,
Right.
It kind of loses its appeal. No, it's still it's probably like better. Okay, so wrapping it into cars, I watched Fast and the Furious.
Don't you watch it like every year?
I can't stop. It's
so
actually
I probably watch
good.
it. I probably watch it. Close to once a year.
Yeah.
For a movie that
You're specifically talking about the original.
of course,
Yes.
of course. For a movie that I don't think I've ever like made fun of a movie more on release
And for longer.
Yeah, now I like long.
We're going
for
on
those
like
days.
25 years of making fun of that movie.
It's just it's so well done. It's like it's a parody of itself or so. I don't even know. But it has aged really well. I watch it again and it's like comfort food.
Like even the unrealistic like car aspects of it, like that they like tweaked just to make it more Hollywood and more appealing. You can like forgive those because it's not like outlandish like the newer Fast and Furious.
Yeah, it's not outlandish in that way.
Right.
It's just sort of like
The plot is not outlandish.
it's just kind of like a caricature of
Yeah.
the car community
Right.
At the time.
across the board. But it's just kind of when you watch that movie, it's like, was this really as like silly as I remember? And within like a minute, there's like lowered Civics with neon.
Let's get this
Going underneath like
Let's give this a second.
Yeah.
This movie is ricey as I remember.
Yeah, it's like, is this movie? Did this deserve all the hate? And you watch it, and it's just like out of the gate, and then immediately after that, it's just Brian in like a empty parking
Dodger
lot.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is Dodger
like,
Stadium.
doing
Yeah.
like the riciest sounding launch.
Yeah.
And it's just like
What's he doing?
action.
He's literally just like trying to like see
like-
how fast it's
Yeah,
going.
he's testing like the top speed and he goes so fast
Yeah,
it causes him to spin
It
out.
makes no sense.
Yeah.
And he pulls up and he's all like serious about
Yeah.
like that drum beat.
Yeah.
And then he like spins out.
Right, because he was going too. No, because he wasn't going fast enough. He spun out or something.
I don't know.
Because he wanted to go faster.
Where he like maxed it out in third or something is what he
I don't
said.
even know.
Doesn't he say something like that?
I don't remember, but 140 in a parking lot.
Yeah,
Which would be
but that's not fast
like
enough.
a 3 mile wide parking lot
Yeah.
without a car. And then afterwards, he's just like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I need to go fast. I
And
need
he
to go
drives
faster.
away. The first like few scenes of that movie must have been so debated. And I feel like maybe shot ahead of time. Like sometimes they'll like shoot
Proof
part
of
the movie.
concept.
Yeah, to like
Those
pitch
were
it.
actually shot 5 years before the rest of
The set is honestly like the second half of the movie. I actually lose interest. I go for like one more score and like Jesse and him revealing he's a cop. It's like, yeah, who cares? I'm just in it for like Hector's character.
You're sitting for this.
arc.
You're more of the scene.
I just remember when the Too Fast, Too
scene.
Furious DVD came out, and like I bought it. I was burnt. Like I'm sure I've talked about this before, but like on the back of it, like it's listing all the special features, and it says like the turbocharged prequel, like blah blah blah. And at the time, I had the turbocharged Prelude is what it says.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, I had a Honda Prelude, and it was turbocharged. I was like, oh, sick! Like they're gonna have a car, but it was like no, it was literally just like.
Oh, the Prelude.
It was
The
like
actual meaning.
it was like a 10-minute like short film,
Right.
That like
When
connected
he goes
the
to
first
Mexico.
one to the second one.
That was the turbocharged.
Yeah, and they just
Prelude.
used the verb.
Doesn't it show him like buying the skyline?
Yes,
like
in like a junkyard.
He like stops in New Mexico.
yeah,
and
he's like
finds an
Arizona, New
R34
Mexico.
GTR.
There's just this junkyard, and there's just
Like
like
this junky old car.
yeah. Oh, we'll sell you this junky old car for like pennies on the dollar. This car that doesn't exist in the United States.
Yeah, it found its way here.
Well, I don't know what this Nissan is.
Put it in the scrap heap.
Wasn't it like already modified too, or something?
No, I
was
think
stock,
I think it was pretty stock looking.
And,
yeah.
and the car was only like 6 years old.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care.
I don't know what this
Go
is.
with whatever.
Well, I just want to say that like Vin Diesel sucks.
Yeah. You should look at his Instagram. It's pretty bad because it's just like he's so desperate to connect himself to Paul Walker.
Yeah.
It comes up frequently. It's
Yeah,
it's like I'm just
Thinking about my boy Paul. Today.
honestly, I bet I haven't looked at it in like over a year. I bet there's like a Christmas post about like Pablo would have.
Paul graduated high school on this day.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember when Paul and I were on the set. We were friends in ways other people would not understand.
But it's just like he thought like that movie was gonna like launch his like he was gonna be like the next like Rock.
Yeah.
Like this is just a little launching point for my huge career as like a leading man.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of had the same career as
Well,
Rock.
was,
But I mean, like
Triple X after?
it was like right around the same time.
I can't remember.
There's like a couple.
I just can't remember which came first though.
I don't
I'll look
think.
it up.
But I mean, it was like he was like, look, this is just like I was just
just
I was
one
in
of
these.
the
I
things.
just helped launch my career, and
Yeah,
then
this
like
is just one of the.
and then he was in
things
like
that,
a couple other movies, and then like by like probably like 2008, 2009, he was just like, well,
Yeah, it was pretty clear.
I'm
that
going back to.
none of the other.
I'm
If you
going.
watch any of those other movies, like Triple X or something, like,
So I mean,
have
I think
not
there was
really
a couple of
seen.
those movies. And,
Yeah, I mean, he like he did that like thinking like that was gonna.
but
Like,
even like those did like worse.
Like
than
like
Fast
he
and
like he was
Furious.
thinking like I'd be looking back on Fast and Furious,
Yeah.
just this little movie.
Because
That,
he like
fry.
he like didn't want to do the second one because he was like, I'm too big for it.
but then like Fast and Furious got big in like Brazil, and then
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah,
He,
that is
he,
definitely.
he became like Mister.
That is his best movie. Was the first Fast and the Furious. I mean, truly, that's all he's. I'm not gonna say he's untalented. just say
Look.
caught a lucky
yeah.
streak. Yeah, he played it well. All right, car. Let's start the podcast.
All right, this
Are
is
we recording?
This is
Yeah. Car update. I think it's very exciting. Is that you're now a Nissan owner?
I bought. I sold the Type R actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, well,
I didn't know that.
What?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that.
No.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Because I think I want to have like I've got like a bunch
I don't want to
of
have any good cars.
I have a bunch of like shitty project cars that
Okay.
I want to spend money on.
Yeah, it's better to have those than
Yeah, a nice car.
best cars.
So I bought like a beater
Yeah.
Nissan Xterra
I know
for
you,
$4,000.
I know you bought that, and you bought a Prius.
Yes, we traded the Mitsubishi
Right.
for that's my wife's car.
Sold a Type R, bought a Prius.
Yes.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
And now I've reached the pinnacle.
What's the next step of this plan?
I don't know.
Did you-
That is what I haven't
Did you
figured
make
out yet.
money on the Type R or break even?
I
or
like
what?
pretty much more or less broke even. Like
including sales tax.
no that you can like not unless you're like selling a car to fucking profit. Like, yeah, but it is a pretty good car to like own for a short time because you're not going to get
Yeah, you're not going to lose
right.
that much.
Yeah. It's not like you bought a BMW or something. So I have a daily driver now that I don't know how long I'm going to have it. And
Is that what you drove over here?
yeah, bro.
I didn't even
I
look.
like some of us are just a little outdoorsy.
Yeah, outdoor guy.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's next. But
So we had put something in here about the VQ engine, which
Yes.
apparently that has.
it's the VQ, I think it's VQ40.
Damn.
Oh, I didn't know that. They made a V6 or a 4-liter
Yep.
version.
It's known as the big dog.
Oh.
Is it? Do people like?
Yeah, is there swaps?
How is it bigger? Is the block different?
I don't know.
I wonder. If, like,
I didn't look into this.
Like, what do you think I
What's
I'm the guy who sells.
What's the
Type
out?
Rs.
Like, how much horsepower does it make?
I think it's like
Four.
250, 260. Something
So
like
it
that.
makes the same as the
490.
3.5.
Yeah, it's probably just way more like low end torque.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
this
saying,
low end torque.
This thing, you better have your seatbelt.
Except it's not.
Yeah, and it's 8 more foot pounds.
But it is funny because like the motor, it's just a very like generic V6, but then like it's still like kind of VQ-ish. So like if you rev it out, it's like okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it has like some top end.
It's like I see what's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I'm just
I see what
curious.
you're
if,
trying
like,
to do here.
I wonder if people like put that motor into stuff.
The 40
I doubt it.
Yeah, like a 4-liter
probably
in like a Z or something. Like I don't know.
I mean, you probably have to like change the heads and like change everything else about it.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
It's probably not worth the.
That's why I was asking.
Worth the
like,
effort,
Is the
but-
block like cool or something?
I mean, it's cool to me.
Yeah. Well, looking back, for all the shit we give Nissan,
I mean, the VQ, like at least for if you go like 01 to 15 or something,
Yeah.
it's like it was a like pretty impressive motor, like all things considered.
yeah, if you remove the individuals, kind of like wrecked.
The image,
Yeah, the image of
about
it.
yeah.
It started out great. I would say it probably wasn't wrecked until 08. Maybe?
I think it kind of had a rough start just because it had to prove itself as being the follow up to the twin turbo one.
Right.
It was like what? Like they're basically offering it as
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is just as good.
We've got
kind of
this.
thing. Yeah. And so
Yeah.
I think in some ways it was like, is it though?
Uh-huh.
But over time, it's pretty hard to deny. I mean,
Right.
they're reliable.
Right.
They're out there just powering sideshows.
But I mean, it's a very like workman like motor too.
blue
like,
collar.
Yeah, I mean, like it's in everything, like or
Yeah.
was in everything at least.
Yeah, apparently it's in trucks.
It's in like it's in trucks, it's in Altimas. It's
so
in
the Frontier
Maximas.
has like a VQ in it.
Yeah.
It's the same motor.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and probably the Pathfinder.
What about the Q whatever, the big one that has a V8?
Some of them had V6s.
Oh, okay.
But as long as
Really?
as long,
The Patrol or whatever. I thought that was all V8.
oh yeah, those are V8. Yeah,
Yeah, the QX
yeah,
56.
yeah. And but there's also like the crossover ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they have the VQ in anything these days, but
I don't know anything about
There's
that
like-
company.
Other
than Honda.
Honda just stepped into.
For some reason, is merging. With
What I heard is like, which makes sense. It's like a kind of like a point of pride thing, like a Japan.
Yeah,
like,
nothing
pride.
fails.
Yeah.
Kind of like I think because like Nissan kind of got fucked over when Renault
Oh,
like last time.
hmm.
Like
So it's like one Japanese brother helping another.
yeah, it's like
up off the ground.
It's like for the pride of the
yeah. Take that
like
beret off.
save face. Well, because I mean, Carlos Ghosn or whatever, like he was like the Renault guy, right?
Yeah, I get.
So like I think they
I
want to
think
like
he is, like French, maybe.
right. So I think they want to avoid, like give
Interesting.
it a proper send off.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that letting it die, too big to fail, too dumb to fail. The thing that just cracks me up, I mean, I don't really know anything about it other than my gut reaction is like, why would you want to touch a brand that we've been making fun of for 20 years?
Right.
But the outward, like media diagnosis of it, like, well, here's the reason they could be doing it. Like, as if
Right.
any of you fucking dummies have any clue.
Let me tell you. a few
Why
things.
two like billion-dollar companies would multi-billion-dollar company?
Right.
Well, it could be a good.
The
Honda could repurpose the blah. Like, no, just like I don't know. I've been like participating more and more with internet forums and stuff to my detriment.
Jumping in,
So bad.
getting some takes here and there.
Getting some clicks and some takes. Oh boy. One trend that I have been liking, I feel like this is the first year I've seen it, is just like Christmas lights on cars.
Like,
but
God, yeah.
fully,
Yeah,
like every inch.
How do they put them on? Do they just
It's like tape.
Yeah,
think.
I
it's
parked
like,
next to one the other day, and it's literally just Scotch tape.
yeah, or like 3M. I mean, whatever. Yeah,
you have to have a pretty shitty car to do that.
To want to do that,
Yeah.
yes.
That's why I think it's kind of funny. Cause
Yeah.
like, if you use Scotch tape on your car, can you imagine what a
Hundreds of
bitch?
pieces.
Yeah, like some of them are going to come off easy.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Most of it. Yeah. So, anyways, I actually like the trend just because it's so like destructive.
Right.
Essentially, like that's like hours of work
Right.
to just for to what end?
Yes.
I'm sure it looks like kind of.
It's hours of work to put them on, and then it's like more work to take them off.
It's gotta be
Like,
way more work.
way more work to take them off.
Yeah.
I was assuming there was like a different way that they went on.
No.
Yeah. There's like a
There's like some little clips. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they clip on to like.
Well, you'd think like magnets wouldn't be a bad
Yeah, I don't know.
idea, but no, the ones I've seen is like
Yeah, it's just
hockey tape.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's like gaffers.
Oof. Yeah, that's
Yeah, pretty
bad.
sweet. But I don't know where that started or what, but I approve of it.
Social media.
Yeah, people doing anything to
Look at me.
take sweet pictures of their cars. Oh man, there's a lot of topics on here that have nothing to do. I'm trying to keep
This is New Year's special.
automotive based. All right. Well, there's one that I want to hear about, but why don't you talk about your Prius buying experience? Because I put it on here when you were looking at you're actually considering a Dodge Hornet.
I talked about the Mitsubishi last time, right?
You had an Outlander, right?
Right,
That's what it was.
but I said like I think I want to get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
I was like worried about Mitsubishi, like
Yeah.
collapsing.
Imploding.
Which because they're
Wasn't it like close to being out of warranty too, or no?
yeah, it like just gone out of its like
Yeah.
I think
factory.
Mitsubishi's actually part of that merger.
It is because
Just no
Nissan had like a controlling stake in Mitsubishi.
Isn't like the company itself is still huge? It's just their car.
Mitsubishi Motors?
Mitsubishi Motors is like failing, right?
I don't know if it's failing. It's just tiny.
Right, but
Like,
but
there's
like
not-
Mitsubishi as a whole is still a massive like
Oh yeah,
electronics
yeah,
company.
yeah. Yeah, they make like elevators and trains.
Right. Yeah.
Their elevators are actually sick.
Yeah.
They used to make airplane like
Yeah.
jet.
That's
like,
what
pretty recently, like airliner type. Yeah, so like I just kept hearing like, oh, like this Mitsubishi dealer closed.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, man, if Mitsubishi,
Do I really want to own?
that's like if I was like, if Mitsubishi like pulls out, like it's like we didn't have any problems with it, but I was like, if something goes wrong on this, it might be like a nightmare.
Yeah,
trying to get it serviced, and then like B, if Mitsubishi pulls out of the like as part of Nissan's restructuring, they're just like Mitsubishi's no longer going to sell cars in America. Like,
right.
The value on that's going to like plummet.
Yeah, it's going to go negative. You're going to like owe the Japanese government money somehow.
So I was like, I should probably sell this. So we got it. Like we didn't really lose any money on it because we got that EV like
credit
discount off the top of it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get like something with a warranty. And I looked, and one of the cars that I was looking at was the Dodge Hornet, which is like
internet meme.
Which I don't know, like it's actually like a pretty cool car. In a way.
I don't understand either, because you started looking at it and was like, well, let me watch a review,
right?
And the review I watched was like, it's actually pretty fun to drive.
Yeah, there's literally nothing wrong with it. Like I mean, like
other than exterior styling. Probably.
I mean, it's fine. It's like take it or leave it. Yeah. But
I thought it was more. I thought there was a reason that
right.
Like,
but I mean,
flopped.
well, I think like the biggest reason it flopped is like it's very like the sticker price is like crazy expensive. Like it doesn't look like a $50,000 car.
What is it?
That's like
it
starts at like 45.
Whoa!
For the hybrid one.
I thought it started at like 20.
That's probably for the non.
I don't think there's a single car that I don't even think like a Versa starts at 20.
Am I turning into a boomer?
Yeah,
I thought it was like 14.
Scotty Kilmer.
Yeah. I wouldn't pay over 10 grand for a new car ever.
Yeah, I don't need a backup camera. Yeah. So like I was like, because I wouldn't obviously never pay that kind of money, but I was like, you can get one of these for 25 grand, like a brand new car.
Especially leasing them was like super cheap.
Yeah.
They're online for like $20,000 off MSRP.
Right. And like it's kind of like it's like a turbo. I think it's a 3-cylinder. But it's kind of like very like something you wouldn't want to own long term.
Yeah.
But like it's sort of like kind of like like it's based on the Alfa Romeo. Like it's made in Italy.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of a quirky.
It's got that going for
what
it.
I mean, like which is good and bad.
Yeah, it's kind of if it has a warranty.
It's unique.
Exciting little fun.
Right. It's supposed to be like a sort of like hot hatch hybrid SUV.
Yeah.
And like so I went to look at I tried to go look at one, and the first like a lot of the ones have like literally been at dealers for like a year.
Yeah, just
like if you look on like Car Gurus or Auto Trader, it's like been on the lot for like 390 days or something.
It's crazy. It's got like flat spots on
right.
the
And apparently like a lot of the battery, like the regular 12-volt batteries are just going out and they cause a bunch of problems, which I guess like a battery going out on like a new car is like can be kind of a big deal. I guess.
Yeah.
Why are they going out? Is it just from sitting?
Probably.
Or is there
I assume it's probably a combination of both. I don't know if it's like purely from sitting.
Okay. Something to do with Italian electronics.
Maybe they're like it's probably like they sit for 2 months and then they get jumped and then they sit for 2 months again. And then like it's probably not good for it.
Okay.
Especially when
I just didn't know if it was like any car that sat would die,
right? Or
if there's some special about.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
But it is common for them to have a dead battery,
right? So like me and Kent, my son, went to the dealer just to like try to look at one, and they had 2 of them like parked in front of the showroom, and like I wanted to like see what the back seat was like and see how I fit in it and stuff. But it's like the battery was dead,
so you couldn't open the car.
You could like one of them was open, like you couldn't move the seat, you couldn't turn it on, you couldn't do anything. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, you need to come back like on Monday.
We'll figure this out."
This was like a Friday night or something.
Or they could put like
he was like the
tender on it.
He's like service department has the key to this or something.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well,
which is a good look. You're like deciding whether to buy a brand new product,
right?
And
and you're like the one guy that's like.
Actually,
you're like the one guy that's looked at one of these things in like 6 months.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know where the key is.
Oh, Hornet, do we still sell those?
What the hell is this?
So, but like I did find one to drive at a different dealer, and like it drove good, but mostly like just John's experience. I was like, even if this thing has a warranty, like I don't really want to like deal with
sitting in the shop
potential. Just like it's in the dealer again.
Yeah, no loaner.
Yeah, so we ended up getting a Prius Prime.
Didn't you say multiple dealerships? The
yes.
batteries were dead.
Yeah. Even the one where I drove it, we had to go to like 2 different cars before like we found one that was like they had to have some juice.
And then they're like hardballing you on. Well, these things are flying off.
Well, let me say there's Oh, this is gray. That's our most popular color.
I'm gonna have to see what the manager.
Yeah. So I mean, like the car, I the car was decent. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it when I drove it. Like, it wasn't like exciting, but it was a little bit more exciting than like a typical CUV thing.
So where'd you buy the Prius? At a Toyota dealer?
Oh yeah. So first, well, that's another thing. I wanted my wife to drive one because she drives it most of the time. But we went to this huge dealer here, like nearby here, and it was like such a terrible. I forgot like how bad the car buying experience, because like I buy and sell like so many new cars. Like I've dealt with so many dealers, and a lot of them these days are just like very like hands off. Like they don't like they'll like ask for your license, and that's about like if you want to drive something, that's about it. Like they don't really like bother you. But like we drove a Prius Prime. Like I wanted my wife to drive it, so we drove it, and we weren't.
It's a Prime.
Yeah, and this was before we had drove the Hornet, so I still wanted to look at it. So like I clearly told the guys like we're just looking, like we're not buying anything today. It's like you need to come inside. Like after we got back from driving it. Okay. And he's like, we have special deals that we can only do today. I was like, no, that's all right. And he's like, my manager, it's like, I'll get in big trouble if I don't bring you in. So, like, it was like the most like pushy, like
my manager will hurt me physically.
It was like the most like pushy, like 1990s.
My blood will be on your hands.
Experience. And I was like, so like it was like literally like uncomfortable leave. I said, no, like, sorry, like I'm not going in. Like I told you, like we're not. Yeah. I'm not going in to like talk to your sales manager to like see what you can do to get me into this car. And like their car had a bunch of like bullshit markup stuff on it anyways, which
underbody coating.
Yeah. So I was like, fine. And then like, so we just left, and then like, sure, like then they always send like their stupid like survey thing. And I just like replied back. I was like, I will never buy a car from you. I was like, you have such a nice dealership, but like I felt like I was at like a 90s like used car lot. I was like, I've bought so many cars, like you never treated like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So then like we just found another dealer that had one coming in. It's okay. And I just like emailed the guy, like the internet guys. Okay, it's coming in like Tuesday or something. Yeah. Like, do you want? Okay, like fill out a credit thing. Okay. It's like it's
easy.
I just went and picked it up, signed paper, and that's it.
So are they still like they're not crazy to get? I'm guessing.
No, they're the base model ones are like a little bit hard because like I think most people like
want the base,
they find like the value in that car is at like $30,000 and not like 40 something.
Although, you mean the base Prius Prime?
The base Prius. The base Prius Prime is like 34, but
those are kind of hard.
But if you lease it, like you get like, at least for the time being, you get like $4,500 off. So like it almost like equalizes the price between the two of them.
Nice.
Since I think a regular Prius is probably like 28 or something.
Okay.
Like the cheapest like regular non-plug-in Prius you can get. So yeah, I would have brought it today so you guys could.
Yeah, I've never been in one. But you didn't have to like. You didn't pay markup?
No.
Or any?
Like I would like die if like as much as I change cars, like if I paid markup, like if I had paid markup on the Type R, like I'd be up like shit. Although in a way it'd almost be good for me because I would not be able to change car. Like I'd be so like underwater on something that I would like I'd like to get something else, but I can't.
Yeah,
because like
sorry,
like I'm like 20 grand underwater,
$5,000 on top of this thing.
Yeah.
So it's just funny to me because the RAV4 Prime was probably worse.
When it first came out,
yeah. Which I'm guessing those you can also just like get now, probably at MSRP.
Yeah,
which is I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me now.
The only thing,
we were already making fun.
Although the only thing that sucks about the RAV4 is like when we got ours, that was like 4 years ago now.
Yeah, I think it was
2020.
It was like right when shit was hitting the fan.
Yeah, it was like 20. It was like right around the time when like cars started getting like crazy. Yeah, so it's like and then. But the MSRP was cheap at that time.
Yeah.
Like I think the MSRP on ours was like 39.
Okay.
And that was, but like now I think that same car is like 46 or 47.
Oh, so you mean like even if they paid some markup, it's not?
Yeah, I mean like relatively speaking.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of funny because there's people who financed a RAV4 Prime at like 70.
Oh yeah.
Some Bay Area dealer.
I got one.
15 grand on top of it or something, and now they owe like 51.
It's worth like 29
after
or something.
Like 3 years. Yeah, I mean I'm sure it's holding some value.
Yeah, but the Prius, like the new Prius, I'm like I know everyone like remember everyone like hyped those things up when they came out like 2 years ago.
So sporty.
Like, oh my god! Like I mean, in a way, like it's true because I think this would probably be better to talk about after you've actually driven it or just looked at it, but it's like Toyota basically hybridized like everything in their lineup. So with the Prius, they were like. I think they were just like, we need to like give this car like some character kind of because like there's not that many people just like, I want to buy a Prius, like just because I need like a sensible,
hybrid.
like it's still like a sensible car, but like most people are just gonna buy a Camry or a Rav4 or a Corolla hybrid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it used to be like if you want a hybrid,
You get the Prius. Like the Prius is the hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now so the Prius like still gets quite a bit.
So
better
how do we
mileage.
make this thing make sense?
Yeah, so they wanted to make it like, I guess it's really just their version of a Model 3 in a way.
It's kind of like the quirky one in the lineup.
Yeah, they made it like
fun,
cool, and like distinct, and like it's decently powerful.
Does it have a driving signature that you would describe?
I would say like,
I mean, is it like fun?
I haven't like pushed it much, but like from what I've seen, like it actually handles like you can like change wheels and tires.
That's interesting.
Like, so that's part of the reason why like I was like, okay, I can get rid of the Type because I still have like something you could like take to autocross and like have fun and like maybe get some like interesting content.
Yeah.
Like obviously it's not going to be as fun or
because
fast.
the previous one was not. That was just
it was like just pure efficiency.
Yeah, they're just like pure transportation pods.
Right.
And so these ones are like kind of they match the exterior styling a bit. Like
right. Yeah. And it has I think the Prime is like 220 horsepower. So like it's not slow. Like it's
with it charged up. Right?
No, I think the performance stays
probably
the
has
same.
access to
it, usually like they keep it.
That's cool.
Just because of the bigger motor.
Mm-hmm.
But like the most impressive thing is just like how I mean like it's a plug-in hybrid, but you forget that it's also like a Prius. So it's like it'll go like the battery is not that big, but it'll still go like 40 something miles
on a full charge. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're still like like it's like even when this thing is electric, it's pretty like efficient.
Yeah.
Where like the Outlander it had like a bigger battery and would go half the distance.
Yeah.
Just because it's it's a big boxy
shape
SUV. Yeah.
Is it loud inside?
I drove a regular Prius because before my wife drove this one, I wanted to look at them, but they didn't have any primes.
Yeah.
So I just like drove a regular one to see what see what the interior
deal
was like. And that I remember being like quite a bit louder.
Yeah.
Just because
there's this one's quieter.
Like the engine wise. Do you mean like road noise?
Yeah, just all of it. I guess.
Probably
road
just
noise and...
more whatever undercarriage cover.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that, but it's just like the electric motor is bigger in the Prime, so like
the engine is definitely working less.
Yeah, like
hard.
the 2-liter gas engine like feels less stressed.
That's cool.
Well, literally, like now, like a lot of like they'll have like the base model and then the highest trim level. The highest trim level has way more sound deadening.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like different window.
Yeah, like that's how it is in like the CR, like in Hondas and stuff like that. If you get the Sport Touring, it like one of the benefits is like more sound deadening material. So it's quieter.
Yeah, I'll bring it next time.
Yeah, I would. I'd like to check it out.
Yeah.
So you're happy with it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to have it as like my
Yeah.
enthusiast car, but like it's fun enough that you could like this is like sort of like a Mini Cooper, like GTI or something.
You gonna make content out of it?
That's part of the reason why
slam
I
it.
I don't
Make
know about
your wife drive it.
I don't know about slamming it, but like it'd be fun to like take it to the autocross or like maybe try to do a track day or something.
Put some watts on it.
Yeah,
some 13 by 10,
whatever.
The smallest.
It does have like really weird size, especially like the higher end. I think it's like they have like 19s, but they're like. I think they're like 195.
Yeah, 19 by
Really?
5.5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're very like narrow, tall, kind of.
Yeah, the contact patch is really what drives efficiency.
Right, I know.
The amount of rubber.
Yeah, I think the tires. I think they're like 195.
But then the aesthetics demand big wheels.
I think it's 195 60 17s.
It's so weird on the Model 3 because I downside the 20s on those, especially the early Model 3s. The 20s bend.
Oh yeah.
Like you can find those. A new set of 20s for like $1,000.
Yeah.
New
brand. Yeah.
It's just like no one.
Nobody wants. Yeah.
They last like 10,000 miles.
Right.
It's just like they're made out of cheese. And so I downsized to the 19s.
Right.
And it's like I still think it looks good, but they look kind of a little bit small on that. It's like 19s, but they still look good. But then you park it next to like a Civic.
Yeah.
With like 16s or something. And it's just like fuck, like the wheels are huge. Like they just design these cars to require enormous wheels.
The wheels are gigantic.
Correct.
Yeah.
I guess the wheel arches are just so big. Or something. But like I'll look at the car in isolation. I'll be like, well, damn 20s would look better. And then you park it next to something regular. And it's like, what the fuck are these? Why are the wheels so big on that car? Like, it's kind of weird.
But I guess to take it back to like the more like generic car podcast that we always make fun of, it's like I'm trying to figure out like what I should get. Like,
what do you mean?
To like replace
Oh,
replace the
Type
Type R. Like, want to get something that's like 25-ish.
like a used FK8.
No, I don't want a car that's been beaten.
What do you
like,
want? What do you want?
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind like I've driven a couple like ND Miatas.
You want something pure fun?
It doesn't. So I mean, if I keep the Xterra, it could be theoretically. Although I'd still probably like drive it more because that
More and more, what I think about like
the purity.
yeah, when I think about the purity of a car, well, now it's just like because I try to think about next car because I tend to keep stuff a while, even though the vet, I guess, not really.
Yeah,
but it's just stuff like that where it's like all I really give a shit about is the sound,
right,
and the motor.
Yeah,
and so the stuff that interests me is still like 03 Cobra. I still like really want a Hellcat, even though those are really expensive because it's not like. What is the best driving experience?
Right.
It's more just like
when you're on a proper
sounds
back road.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like
Starting
the ND Miata like actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that could be a good one.
Like,
ND's the newer
the
ones.
newest. I would get like a 3 or 4 year old one,
like a 19 or something.
I don't know.
Are those over 20?
Oh, they're about like low 20s for like a used one.
Yeah, those seem neat.
It's a little small, but I mean. Like I don't, none of these cars I would really be like. I mean, even on the Type R, I didn't drive the car that much. So like,
yeah,
that's part of the reason why I got rid of it. It's like just an expensive car. It's like
yeah,
a daily driver, but not real because like, I don't really have to go anywhere.
Yeah,
yeah. Type R is going to be one of those cars where actually I think they will hold their value if not appreciate.
Yeah,
but when they start to appreciate. I think there's going to be a lot of people who are like, "Oh, I should have bought one new or whatever."
Right.
That's a very hard car to hold and keep nice for a long time.
Right. Well, that's the other thing is like you just like even the kids didn't ride it that much, but it's like they always had to have their fucking snacks and stuff. It's like that's part of the reason what I like about that Nissan. Just like I don't give a fuck about that thing.
Destroy it.
Yeah, like the interior sucks already.
Yeah,
like the interior sucks even when it's nice. So like who cares?
Come on in with your your goldfish.
So, but like that's part. Like I always go back and forth between like, do I want like one nice car that like does everything, or do I want like a piece of shit beater and then like a fun car?
Yeah,
that's kind of like the ultimate like car guys.
Yeah, kids make it tough.
Right.
I will say, having paid so little for that Model 3 makes the enjoyment much higher.
Right.
You just don't think twice about miles or driving.
Right.
Like I miss the M5, but I don't miss my attitude
thinking about it. Yeah.
And then I don't even look back and go like, well, I should have just had more fun. It's like, no, because I sold it for a shitload of money.
Right.
Because like it almost ended up
being
worth it to treat it like that.
Right.
Yeah. But I never, like maybe if I bought another one, it'd probably have like 100,000 miles on it.
Right.
Or something, and just not care. I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one. There's also just a lot of cars that should be 20 grand but aren't.
They're way more.
Like an SS1LE.
Oh yeah. Right.
No,
those are just never differentiated.
$20,000 SS1LE will be like a salvage.
Like wrecked
like a piece of junk.
We also talk about like which is not really like a performance car, but just like a GS350 Lexus.
Yeah,
it's just that would kind of make the Xterra sort of redundant.
Yeah, I think that would be a good Xterra replacement.
Yeah.
That would not be exciting enough
to like
start it up and it's like all smooth.
Boom.
Oh, I'm taking it out.
do a little canyon.
I'm thinking about going to get milk. I'm going to take the GS
right.
350.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Warm it up.
I do kind of like having like a dirt cheap just piece of shit to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Prius is just not enough. You feel the itch already.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like there's a hole.
I feel like you'd have to go V8.
Yeah, I don't. V8s.
I think Miata could scratch the itch.
So there's something weird about V8s nowadays. Like, I don't know.
Something weird.
They're losing their luster.
No, I mean, at least like it's kind of dumb to care about like your image, but like
the sound.
Yeah, but I mean, like every V8 you see, just like ugh.
Oh,
and I say that as somebody who like loves V8s.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Just because they've been ruined by like
just like anytime you see just a loud ass like Mustang or a Challenger or a Camaro, or you see like a group of them like
Mustang with like a sticker on it. And it's kind of
it's like the guy's like Instagram handle.
That reminds me of I told you about this. I couldn't get a picture of it, but I saw that like black C5Z like on the freeway.
Yeah,
and like this was like mid traffic, but it was like cutting in between, like weaving in between everybody, and like it had this giant like Bay Area club sticker on the back of it.
Yeah,
And like the front tires were so fat, they had to have been like 330s. They were sticking out past the front fenders.
Right.
But then the rear tires were like
Regular.
195s. No, they were tiny.
The rears?
Yeah, the rears were like 195s. Like they were ridiculously small. I don't know if it was like a drift car, so he just like, would instantly lose traction. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was like opposite. Like he literally took the front tires and put them on the rear.
Yeah, because I'll look at stuff on Marketplace. I'll look at like GTOs or like G and like all this. It's like I used to like love that. I mean, I still like those cars a lot, but it's like when you see like what's been done to those cars, like, oh man, like I don't even know if I want like a nice one of these.
Yeah, I think you have to go nice. Like I keep thinking more and more about the Hellcat.
Yeah.
I'm just like, those are just going to age very well. I think those are just going to always be fun.
Yeah.
But you'd have to get one that's
you gotta catch it.
I think it has to be kind of a bright color, and I think it has to be stock and really nice.
Right. Yeah.
And then you're kind of like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those.
I'm not. I just actually
not affiliated.
enjoy the car because as soon as you do anything to it, it's just like immediate. Anything.
Because I like tuning.
Yeah, I'm a big tuner. Yeah, I don't know.
Or you just say like, fuck it, who cares?
Well, I just don't really think that there's anything in that price range that is interesting.
There's a lot of stuff that should be.
That's what I mean.
I mean a GR86 or something isn't bad.
Well, I mean V8.
Yeah. Oh yeah, V8. Yeah, you're kind of
maybe a 2013 Boss.
Nah, those are like 40.
Are they?
I think so.
I
mean, you could probably get like a really shitty one for like low 40s.
Like that's something that should be like high 20s or something.
In
like 30,000 miles.
In a normal world.
Still pretty nice. Yeah. I don't think there's anything remotely cheap has been gobbled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I don't know. It's kind of depressing.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Or you could go like, I don't know, older European. Miata's not a bad.
Yeah.
Honestly.
If you don't need to, if it doesn't need to be your only car.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's a reason people fawn over them.
Well, I do wish, again, this is like totally unrelated, but I really wish Mazda would make like a 4-door Miata. Like not a Miata, like it wouldn't be a Miata, but just like, again, like the Miata is like the only car that uses that platform.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean just like that platform, but a little larger?
Yeah.
Still just a convertible?
No. Like either a coupe or like prefer like a small like.
Yeah, it's funny because the
E30
3 could be it,
right?
Like if you look at a Mazda 3, it's like, oh my gosh, what a like clean,
so
cool
it's just
design, but it has nothing to do with the Miata.
Right. Well, I mean, the engine does.
Well,
the engine is
but they even make one with a stick.
Right. Yeah.
It's like nope, it's actually not.
They make a turbo, but it's like just make something that's like the size of like an E30 sedan, or like it's not going to be like roomy, but like you could like
it's very clearly sporty,
right?
Pure. First of all, about that,
and if you really wanted, you could just add the turbo that they have in like every other Mazda.
So
you could have one that has like 250 horsepower if you like.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be a pretty sweet car.
But not the 3.
Right.
Purposely,
like
it just happens to be.
You just call it like I don't know MX6 or whatever they would. I don't know what they would call it, but like. Just use the Miata's platform and like stretch it a little bit and give it like a little bit more power, but like the same transmission, the same like general feel, like a very like basic,
and rear wheel drive.
Right. Of course, yeah. But
and 4-door, you wouldn't do 2-door with back seats.
Either one. I mean, you could probably make both of them. Either one.
You want to be able to put your kids in it?
Ideally, I mean, I don't know. So you think like, nobody makes anything rear wheel drive and 4-door that's not like $70,000. I mean, you get a 3 Series.
I guess a 3 Series is about it.
Yeah.
So like a 2 Series Grand Coupe or something.
Those are front wheel drive. Though.
Man, BMW just.
Oof.
They've really lost me on the appeal, except for, I do still think their SUVs are nice. Yeah. And I got to admit, I'm back on the M3 train.
New M3?
Yeah, the old one I thought it looked really good. When they released that, the F30 F80.
Yeah.
When that first came out, I was like, oh, like they fixed it.
Right.
It's just like, this thing is sick. Twin turbo, straight sick.
Yeah,
like,
straight.
Like it just seemed awesome. Yeah. And then as it came out, it was like, this actually like doesn't seem that cool.
Yeah.
And the new one, despite the front end or any of the looks or whatever, just they've done something to it, even though the recipe is identical.
Yeah.
Where it sounds like they just are awesome to drive and they're fast as fuck.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, I don't know. That's kind of.
I've also like totally lost interest in like fast cars.
Yeah. Well, they're so fast.
I mean, even the Type R was like, to me, that was kind of like the perfect like amount of fast. But even then it's like, even then there's like so few, like when am I really going to like wring this thing out?
Yeah.
And like, it's like, there's so much like shitty roads and traffic and just people.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nowhere to actually, which is kind of funny when they're like, oh my gosh, new one is so 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds.
It's like,
dude, no.
That almost like takes, it's like just like less time to enjoy it in a way.
Yeah. Well, and you're just paying for capability that you don't give a shit about. I think that's the worst part. It just raises it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you should do.
We'll see.
It's been nice not having a choice. Yeah. Not having the space. If I had the space, I just immediately would have never mind. Yeah. Having a forcing function.
Well, if you had the space, then you do stupid shit like buying like a fucking lowrider out of a field.
Yeah, I never would have sold that, I guess.
Yeah.
I definitely miss that car. Mm. It was the right move to get rid of it. It was just like, and then in my mind, I'm always like, oh, if I got a different one, here's how I would do it.
I would approach it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I would approach it differently in a way that's even smarter than how I did it before. And in my mind, so I was like, no, that was the one I wanted.
Right.
Like that was it. Although I don't think I'll ever be like, should have never got rid of that one.
Yeah.
They are
still
out there.
Right.
Billion of them. Mm-hmm. If anything, they've gone down in value since then.
Right.
C8s are everywhere, man. I was looking at did I send you guys that chart?
The chart,
If you look at C8s on Bring a Trailer, it's just like a downward trend when the Z06 comes out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this like steady downward trend of all.
There's something,
and like an increasing number of like dots too. Like
just like more and more.
Just more and more.
Yeah, what did you fucking people think?
I saw a Z06 when I was driving over here.
Oh, nice.
And it did like I don't know if it's in like sport mode or like it feels like it's like holding gear. Like if it's slowing, it's like blah. You know, he's like slowing down like a traffic light.
Yeah.
But it just got me thinking like there's something kind of weird about C8s. Like I don't think it's intended by the owners, but like anytime you see it, just like fucking C8. Like
I got one.
I think it's just like because it's so different than like every other Corvette.
Yeah.
Like when you see one, it's like, this isn't a Corvette. This is a fucking supercar.
Yeah. I'm actually driving.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't even think most of the people that drive one are intending that.
Yeah.
But it's just like anytime you see it's like this is a fucking C8.
Yeah.
Well, I think car. Because the styling is like a clenched face.
Yeah.
You know.
And like it's very clear, if not derivative, like it just brings to mind like every like exotic car.
Yeah.
This car is exotic.
Yeah.
I have chosen to drive today.
Yeah.
The C8 Corvette
mid-engine.
This is a mid-engine. Yeah, it's
just try getting in and out of this thing.
Such a loud design.
Like I don't think it's intentional, but like it's just like that's a fucking C8.
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, this one is a flat plane crank. Yeah, I still. But the Z06 is probably the worst offender.
It's like taking that. Man, there's a ZR1 now.
Yeah.
Is it out yet?
No.
I don't know. But it's like
not for sale.
No,
it feels I feel like that
1,000 horsepower.
Like I don't even think we've talked about it because it's just like such a like
yeah, that's true.
It's just
there is a ZR what
folks we've got break.
All right, let's start the podcast.
Right.
Okay.
ZR.
This is
the fastest word.
Change the title of
the fastest letter of the alphabet.
But it's like
is Z.
Maybe it made a bigger like it doesn't seem like people really cared that much.
I think they did. And it is a big deal.
Just like
it's
the pure numbers.
Yeah, it's like no one's gonna fucking. Those cars are more. I think that they are like a Halo car is supposed to like bring people in. I think that's a Halo car in the sense of like, can you believe what they got done for the price?
Right.
It's not even as much about. I yearn for it so much that I'm going to buy a Trax.
Right.
It's more an advertisement of like, check out what this company can
This is
what
we can do. Yeah.
Yeah. When they put their minds to it.
Right.
But, at that power level, the problem with that much power, like a Z06.
You want to go around the block in my
Z06 is hard enough to even feel personally how fast it is because you have to get up to red line,
right?
Which you can probably only do like realistically in second.
Yeah.
I like first gear. I just assume it's going to be worthless.
Yeah.
Traction limit.
That's
Yeah,
what it
it's
sounds
just going to be like.
Yeah.
I don't even like flooring cars in first gear.
Yeah.
There's so much torque multiplication.
Right, yeah.
It's the whole suspension. It's just.
You get that nice upshift.
Yeah, it's like so. It has to be second,
Yeah.
and then second.
Except for
in
a
that
Miata,
car,
you can just be like,
it kind of has to be first.
Yeah.
damn Miata.
So it's like, okay, you can really only do it in second. Second in that car probably goes up to like 80 or something.
Probably, yeah.
So you get one
on ramp.
one move to feel that power.
Yeah.
And that's 600 horsepower.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
And a ZR1 is 1,000. And so it's like, I don't even think you can like. I bet there's not even a place.
Yeah,
it probably has to be third then.
Right.
Second gear probably feels like first.
Yeah.
So you have to use third, which probably tops like
So yeah, it's like probably
that's so
120.
much power. Some cars are so much power where it's like, look, you're not gonna like a Hellcat. It's
Right.
like, look,
It's
what are
there.
you
It's there. It's
really
there.
gonna-
It's there.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna. Whereas ZR1 is like, dude, you're not even gonna feel half of it. You're like, you're not even gonna get to
Right.
do any of this. And so there's so it's kind of like that 918
Yeah.
when we drove that around. There's just some cars where it's like this isn't even 100 miles an hour speed limit.
Right.
Probably wouldn't be enough to like even the time
Touch
it
it,
takes your
yeah.
foot to get to the floor is like wasted moments
Right.
where you're accelerating. So I think that's part of why
Yeah.
it's not like I could never handle that much power. It's like that is just every street would feel like a residential area
Right.
in how
And also,
disproportionate.
I also think the
speed is.
C8 itself like took such a leap just over before where it's like, of
Yeah.
course, like there's like any better version. It's like, of course it is. Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like the base one is already like a 500 horsepower mid-engine.
Yeah. I really like the base one.
Yeah.
I've seen one. I was next to one at
The
a stoplight.
enthusiast choice.
Yeah. And I was just like, that's actually pretty
Yeah.
sick. Like,
What are like the smallest wheels? You can
yeah.
get
Just
on?
kind of get like a base.
Yeah.
And you can find them now with like under 1,000 miles in like the 60s.
Damn.
For like a 2022.
Yeah.
Some dummy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to
It's not for me.
hold on to this. This baby's going to take us to the moon.
Pay for
To,
my
like,
kids' college.
Yeah, you had to like be on a list. Even a
I had to buy
Z06,
4 Silverados to get the.
you can find on Bring a Trailer Z06 is like 160,000 MSRP
Yeah.
and like 900 miles,
Uh-huh.
selling for like 135.
Please.
Or something. Yeah, I was just like, you idiots. I mean, I love it.
Right.
You want as many of them out there as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do really like that car. And there was kind of a part of me that was fantasizing about like, oh, it'd be so cool to buy a base model brand new. 'Cause then
Z06, you mean?
Yeah, Z06. And you're the original owner and you paid like 120 or
Right.
something. And I was like, I just don't think that would be. People say it's a fun car even on the street, but I don't know. That is definitely up there. And then you've got these like massively expensive tires,
Oh, yeah.
which are going to age out no matter what.
Right.
Like, now you have to deal with.
5 years, you're going to have to.
Yeah, you're just like taking it to what? Big O is going to put
Les
new
Schwab.
335 30 20s on your
Yeah.
some high schoolers.
Car's like 1,800 miles on it.
He's like yanking these wheels off. So I don't know, but I do think about the base C8, despite its looks.
Yeah.
Which is what originally got us on it.
Yeah.
I feel like those things are pretty sweet. I think they're going to be littering track days.
Just imagine if they came off the stick, though.
Yeah.
It's probably like impossible.
That's what they say is that that car is designed around the rigidity comes from the center tunnel
Right.
and puncturing it at all.
It's like makes it
Like root compromises the rigidity or something, but I'm sure there's a way to run the linkage
Right,
on
yeah,
top of
yeah,
it.
you would-
That always felt like such a cop
like
out.
if they like put like a quarter of the effort into like making like the ZR1 and the Z06 that just like,
I'm sorry, we just can't figure out.
but just like it just become like, oh dude, you can get a stick in the
Yeah,
back.
we just
Like,
can't. Yeah, it makes me wonder if the C9
Damn. See,
Folks,
hold on,
C9's coming.
folks. The smart money.
the smart money.
Wait.
I have sources deep inside Chevrolet that are telling me. Apparently, this one will run.
C9 is going to be even faster.
Yeah, it's going to be even. That'd be sweet if it's just worse all around. It's like a 4-cylinder.
V6.
Yeah, V6 hybrid. It might be, but I don't think it will. I think they're going to keep this train going.
What was the C7 like? 2014 to
2019.
So C9 shouldn't actually probably isn't that far away, right?
Yeah, I think I saw 2028.
Although I assume it's not. I assume it's not going to be that much different.
No, I think it'll be an evolution. I think they'll tone the looks down.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it'd be pretty funny if they put a stick in it. Since that was the most like complaint. It's like, oh, we brought it back.
Yeah, it's
like,
got a stick.
C8s are going to, whatever it is, I suspect it's going to make C8s go down in value.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the amount of them that they made and how competent they are at track, I feel like they're just going to be kind of the
new Miata.
millennial GR86.
Right.
Like if you can swing 40 grand,
Yeah.
just get a C8.
Yeah.
Because apparently they're just crazy. They're very competent on track from what I've seen.
I heard you just have to like change the front tire. I mean, like, I feel like they just understeer like a shitload.
Apparently so are Supras. Supras are like the go-to choice.
Oh yes, yeah,
track
yeah. I know
day.
that. I know they're very
Yeah, that's kind of neat. Just like aero
yeah,
and like brakes.
even like a GR86 is like really fucking fast at a track. If you just like add camber and like tire,
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
There's a lot of like really reliable options.
It's just like real. It's just like for how slow it is. It's just like it's a really fucking fast track car.
I still think
Until the engine blows up, I guess.
yeah, that engine thing is that actually as big of a deal as
I don't know. It's hard.
What is like the oil coolers? Like
certain
efficient or
turns,
something?
just like
starvation?
yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's as big of a deal as. 'Cause
People
There's
make
a
it out
lot.
to
There's
be.
a lot of people that track those things.
Yeah, those still look really good.
Yeah.
I think the design, like I'll see one in a parking lot, just be like,
I've noticed like you can get
Damn.
like a used one of those for like 24, 25 now.
Damn.
maybe you should.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
those don't really.
This is
I think I'd rather have
the
a
mo-
Miata.
yeah. I mean, a Miata.
I mean, you've already owned one
yeah
for like
yeah.
a couple months.
Well, it wasn't bad, but then the GR Corolla came.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like years to get one of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Corolla.
But there is, yeah. I mean, just the GR86 engine is just like kind of.
It's kind of way.
It's like the engine is like the worst, the worst
Yeah.
part of the
yeah,
car.
Yeah.
even the new one. Oh no, I never drove yours. Did, or
No, I
I
mean
don't think so.
it feels about the same.
did
Just-
you have the Type R? That was this year, right?
Yeah. Wait, what?
The Type R.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
was that?
That was like spring. It's a long time. It's distant past.
Good lord! Damn. I can't wait for you to regret
Uh,
in 3 years when they're used and you're looking at one for whatever reason.
is it when they're like 50
And
grand?
they're like gross.
Poop.
Seats are all gross.
The smart money's going to want to wait for the 26 on the Type R's.
Yeah, the FL6.
Yeah.
smart.
The smart money.
The smart money is going to want to hold off ever buying a car.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would just wait
Yeah.
until.
Just watch YouTube videos and get your satisfaction that way.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Speaking of America's or Big O, I was at America's Tire.
Does Big O still exist? It probably,
I don't think
it has to, right? No.
Well, there was one in town and it left, so I don't know. But I go to America's Tire, which is just like that place is like the in and out of
Tires.
yeah. They just have it built into their system where it's like as soon as someone walks in, you like walk over to the like they are just they're like it's a well-oiled machine, which I really appreciate. So I was in there to have my tires rotated, which is the only maintenance.
Yeah.
I'm on top of the Model 3 maintenance.
Yeah.
Staying up to date.
Yeah.
Tire compressor and
Yeah.
rotating the tires. And so anyways, I was in there to have them rotated, and it's just kind of funny. I was in there for like an hour because I was kind of backed up, but I had something to work on anyways. And it's just kind of funny, like listening to just sort of normal people who don't know anything about cars.
Yeah.
And the salesmen are describing new tires to them. And it's like they're forced to interact with this world for a moment.
Step in.
Yeah, where
catch a
even,
whiff.
even like oil is just like, just fucking put the oil.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
who cares?
Tires like they're trying to describe.
Tires, it's like, there's kind of a choice to be made.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't, it really is hard. Even if you know what you're doing, it's hard. Picking tires is tough.
Especially when you're someone that doesn't really have any respect for a name.
Yeah. And so.
Well, these are Michelin.
Yeah, so they
but what about the unicorn Guangzhou?
Yeah, I guess I'm just in the boat of like, even if you know what you're doing, it's extremely hard.
Right.
If you don't know what you're doing, so the salesman's there is like, well, the Kumos are going to have a little bit better handling, and it's kind of
The wet weather traction.
Yeah, it's like they're forced to interact with their car like it's Gran Turismo or something. Like he's looking at the different star ratings.
Yeah. Like your longevity is going to go down a little bit, but your dry grip is going to
exactly. And it is. They're using these terms like, well, these are going to handle better in the dry.
When you're on
it's just like this mom with like a baby. and she's like, well, but you have to think about it. It's not like, I mean, you don't have to, but and it's not just like, this one's the best.
Because very few people are just like, I want exactly what came on this.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes
because exactly what came on it is probably way more expensive.
Right.
Or it doesn't even, it's not made anymore. It's just like, and there's no, look, just put the best ones on there.
Right, yeah.
It's all about the situation.
Well, it's RE71.
It's like, well, it's winter and where do you drive? And so I was just sitting there like cracking up. We're just like, well, it depends. The wet traction of the Michelin's is a lot higher than she's just like, I know.
The speed rating.
This is like
double A. This is double A speed
this
rating.
one's gonna have a V-rated tire. Go 170. Well, my Subaru. But it's also cracking me up in there because I'm sitting like in their little like their waiting room, and they have like the posters up, like summer's coming, whatever.
Right.
And one of them is just this enormous poster, which I took a picture of. We'll put it up, and it's just their tagline. There's big block letters on the poster on the wall that says, "Let's get you taken care of." And then it's like registered trademark.
Damn.
Like
that's your genius, Don Draper.
Couldn't be.
How many millions of dollars did they spend for that trademark?
It was very specific to this industry. No other industry has to get you taken care of. It could be fucking any.
Come on in.
Come in and receive service. Registered trademark.
Get you back on the road.
Like, really? This is what you came up? Let's get you taken care of. And no one ever said it to me.
Yeah. Damn.
Were you taking care of?
Never
They should have been like, let's get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Come on back.
Were your needs satisfied?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Every time I go in there, I always forget to tell them, don't put fucking tire shine.
Oh, yeah.
They just can't help themselves.
Natural.
If they get near your car, they're going to put
they gotta
tire
make it look good,
shine.
man.
And it's not like they clean the rubber first.
No.
The way you're just sort of like...
Would you like a greasy shine?
Yeah, it's just kind of like grease applied loosely over...
Literal grease.
Yeah.
over other grease. And so it's like, all right, man. Like, I have to... Every time I go in there...
You have to remember. No, wait, no.
It's kind of the downfall of being like a car guy interacting with
It's tough being a
car service.
Yeah.
Because you're going in like, here's what I do want. Here's what I don't want.
Right.
Touch my car as little as possible.
Yeah, you interact with it in this way and not in this way. I know what I'm talking about, kind of thing. But
I'm a bit of a car guy myself.
look, I'm a bit, which I'm sure they're sick of hearing. But yeah, I went in there and it was like the valve stem. I unplugged the tire valve to put air in it, and it started leaking.
Yeah.
And so I put the cap back on and it stopped. I was like, what the fuck? And so I actually forgot about it because it stopped. And so I went in and I was like, I think the valve stem is loose because those just screw in. Like the actual valve stem itself screws in. And I was like, I think the valve stem is loose. He's like, we'll take care. Well, like, we'll take a look. I was like, don't dismount the tire. Like, I literally just remembered now. I didn't have the screwdriver.
Yeah.
Please just pull the cap and screw this thing in. And the guy comes back. They always come to the waiting room.
Yeah.
Like before it's done.
Yeah.
Be like, we're wrapping it up.
Like your car's in surgery.
Yeah. It's like,
well,
he's doing well.
We've got him sedated.
Yeah, we're just pumping the tire shine onto it now. We should be done in about 10 minutes. 3 more layers. But he was like, yeah, turns out the valve stem was just loose on there. We just need to tighten it up. It's like, yeah, fucking.
That's what I said.
That's what I told you to do.
Our expert diagnostics.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that America's Tire is the best, but every
I'm more
time
of a Les Schwab guy myself.
are you?
No, I don't know. That's just because it's the closest.
It's just every time I go there, it's like always take 4 pictures of every rim.
Oh yeah,
because
they're gonna
fuck it up probably. But yeah, it was fine. Other than the tire, I walked out and I was like,
no.
forgot to tell
These
them
are too shiny.
not to put
Immediately went and drove through some mud.
dripping wet tire grease. It's gonna get flung all over them. Yeah. Okay. Everything else I have on here is not. Can we end finally?
Yeah.
what are we at?
Like an hour.
So I'm sitting in bed watching
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
It's breakfast at Tiffany's, but this applies to anything.
Sure.
I should probably just upgrade to the no ad version of these streaming services, which are just over time getting less and less enjoyable because it's just like the same 8 movies being shuffled around.
Yeah. We've got Jurassic Park.
We actually have National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
We're the custodians.
Yeah, we now have Fargo.
Minions.
Yeah, it's just like the same movies get moved around the same platforms. And so Hulu,
well, on that subject, I just want to say that this takes us back to the Cadillac Lyric, but there's like something that my dad watches, like when my kids are over there. There's like it's not YouTube. It's like, I don't know if it's like Tubi or like TiVo or one of those
Freebie.
One of those sort of like off-brand streaming things.
Yeah.
But literally every single commercial is this like Christmas commercial for the Cadillac Lyric.
Damn.
Like it literally
the
plays
same commercial
and then plays
over
again. It's like
and
it probably plays like
it'll be like a commercial break with 3 commercials.
It's
And all 3
Yeah.
are the same ad.
Yes, the same like holiday themed Cadillac Lyric.
Yeah.
And my dad was just like going insane. Yeah,
That's how it is in every streaming service.
Apparently,
it's
It's like they double up.
Yeah,
on
they
a
just
lot
like
of them.
you watch, especially if you watch the same show.
Yeah, right,
It's
right,
just
right.
like
Yeah.
every episode just has the same like 4 commercials.
Yeah.
Just repeat.
Well, that's what I was going to complain about. Is like I like to watch TV in bed with
Right.
my iPad before I go to sleep. It's
Yeah.
probably a bad habit, but I do
Right.
it anyways. And it's just kind of funny, like this miserable scene, the pitch black room, and this like tablet
do you want some ads?
beaming the same shitty ad into my face. Well, for me, is drug ads.
Yeah.
Just over and over. It's like, do you need
Sky Rizzy.
Oh, yeah, Sky Rizzy? Are you and your partner? So it's just me in bed, like 1 a.m, talking about.
Do you have
like,
psoriasis?
Yeah, do you need to like prep with pre-AIDS pills? It's just like 2 guys on a couch hugging.
Let me tell you about my AIDS journey.
Yeah, it's just like the same AIDS commercial
I'm just trying to tell you something.
over and over.
Like, look, I'm just saying you should at least get checked.
I'm just sitting here trying to watch Rick and Morty. It's just like me and my partner prep with Ozempan.
Yeah.
It's like fuck, man. It's just like it's like fun while you're watching the show, and then like depression,
Just ruined.
Yeah.
You're just being blasted. It's fucking. And they don't even tell you what it is. You don't even know what it's for. You have to like deduce
Just
it
like-
from the
just
lifestyle that they're living.
You got to live your life.
Yeah, they're either like
Stay undetected, bro.
they're either like
Undetected.
two men hugging their partner. It's like, okay, so this has something to do with AIDS, or it'll be like a guy like confidently showing his skin. It's like, okay, this probably is something about like eczema.
I can
or
wear
something.
shorts.
yeah, I'm wearing shorts at the beach. It's like, okay, he's either like not shitting his pants, or he's able to like show.
I can eat whatever I want.
I can do whatever I
It's
want.
like,
Yeah.
it's like I can't really tell. Sometimes it's multiple. But the ad, so around Christmas, what I realized the ad I do like is Eddie Falco or whatever, the mom from Sopranos,
Yeah.
is doing the like SPCA ads now.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen
I've
it.
seen those.
Yeah, which is like,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a depressing ad, but
Yeah.
at least I'm looking at like dogs.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, won't you, Tony?
Yeah.
Would you help some of these sad dogs? You know, it's like, this is supposed to be the saddest ad
Yeah.
of all the ads.
But it's
and
not.
it's at least enjoyable because
Yeah.
it's just
It's not
pictures
about
of
AIDS.
animals.
Cute animals. Yeah.
And the mom from Sopranos begging me.
And it's actually geared kind of towards you because it's like,
Yeah, I
you're
guess
like,
it
I
could.
like animals.
Yeah, I guess this one's actually
I'm not
effective.
inflicted with this disease.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
like,
not
that I have to
reconsidering
see.
my life.
Yeah.
yeah, I just thought it was funny. The one that's supposed to be guilting me. I was like, oh, thank God, it's the animals.
But these dogs
freezing
all
to
have
death.
HIV.
Yeah, it's the dogs shivering at the camera. Tony, did you remember to Yeah. God, what else do I have on
Yeah,
here?
I had to upgrade to YouTube Premium. Like
That's-
I was forced to because I watch like I just always have it going on in the background at
You
work.
just can't handle
I couldn't. I just
constant-
couldn't. They just broke me. I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
especially
really,
because
like-
now it was like it used to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skip.
Oh no!
Now it's like if
It's
you
a
watch
forced
it,
3 minutes.
it's a yeah. If you watch it on like a desktop computer, it's like a 30 seconds before you can skip it.
I don't know if. Oh, maybe just for YouTube. I'm being forced to watch these.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
This is just specifically.
This is like the
YouTube.
timer countdown,
yeah.
which you can like mute it.
At least YouTube, you don't have to pay for.
That's true. It is a
Regular
free service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
regular
why is
YouTube.
regular YouTube skippable? And then well, whatever. Anyways,
It's probably just a.
But I just
numbers-
mean, like
it's
you're
a numbers.
It's
game,
like you're
probably.
paying for Hulu and you got to watch ads.
yeah,
Yes.
it sucks.
Yeah.
It's way worse.
And like they raised the price of YouTube TV. Like,
Well, that's not our problem.
That's true.
Let's
Like significant.
We're just reaping the benefits
That's-
of our boomer parents.
That's true.
with
That's-
YouTube TV.
that's true.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably upgrade because it's funny because it'll be like $8 more a month to not be blasted with
Yeah.
prep pills, lyric ad over and
That'd
over.
be funny though.
Just think of those those are seconds of your life too.
Yeah.
That are going
Yeah,
down
it
the
is.
drain. Yeah.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you? Probably it's bad. It's too far gone.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll tell you after.
Yeah, tell me after. Tell me in the Patreon.
Let's wrap this up so I can tell you.
Yeah. All right. The last one I was going to talk about is that I probably shouldn't. Is Mr. Beast video.
Oh gosh, I still have never seen one.
Dude, you should watch one.
I've seen like bits of one because at one point, like he started posting them on like X, like Twitter,
Oh right, yeah.
and like it's very easy to watch because it just like it
plays.
boxes, it just
Bombards
starts
you.
playing. It's just like holy shit,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
so it's like I think he's the most subscribed to YouTuber,
Probably.
but he'll put these videos out and they get like 200 million views
Apparently,
or
like,
something.
You remember when like PewDiePie was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
apparently, like I think like compared to him, like PewDiePie is like classical music
Dude, it is.
in terms of like just like
Yeah.
Well, so I
pacing
watched
of the
a
content.
few of them. I watched
Yeah.
one. I was just like, what is this guy doing?
Right.
That's getting so many views.
Yeah.
And these things they're so well edited. I almost like couldn't blink.
Well is doing a lot of
Oh,
work.
dude, what
Yeah,
edited
yeah,
to
right.
keep
It's like
Effective,
surgical.
yeah, right.
Like it's like there has to be like
Yeah.
a psychology behind
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that's what I mean. You should watch one. Your heart rate
What if I
is
like it so much and then I'm
I
hooked?
did. I watched
Yeah.
like 3.
Well, yeah, it's made to like don't take your fucking eyes off.
You
this for a
cannot.
second.
There is not a low
Yeah,
second.
yeah,
Like literally, if there's a pause, it's because they're doing that like funny zoom in on a face
Right.
while he reacts.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I mean, it is down to like the microsecond. There's
Yeah.
no low point.
yeah.
It'll be like, in this video, we're doing this. And it's not, that wasn't the intro.
Right.
And then we're going to like show you something that's like from that into
It just goes into
The
the
whole
thing.
video is just one intro.
it is wild.
Yeah.
It's the most drug like
Yeah.
video I've ever watched.
Yeah.
But then I was also like, man, this is why Harborough's videos were fucking up. We had these
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
jokes that are designed to make you turn it off. They're so like, slow. I was like, it's like, all right, we need to take a beat from Mr. Beast.
We're coming back.
It's the reason he's the best in the game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Shout out to Mr. Beast. I know he's watching.
Yeah, what's up, Beast?
Yeah.
Good job is what I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one's told you this,
You get
but
our-
well done.
Yeah, I understand why
Well
the
done.
legions of children don't let your kids watch Mr. Beast videos because reality is going to be so
Carbo's
disappointing.
top tip.
I think society's taking it downhill.
Second top tip.
Uh,
I guess just in closing, just one more thing because I wrote it in here. Just kind of funny when you're on a Zoom call. This is so bad. It's end of the year grab bag.
look, this is something that you can take with you into the next year.
Look, folks,
When you're on a Zoom call,
don't you think it's funny when you're on a Zoom call and you're muted but you're talking? When the Zoom call is over and it's like, all right, like, see you later. And then that moment of where you're trying to exit as fast as possible.
stop.
Yeah, it's like, it's just like both of your faces.
Yeah.
Just that brief moment. It's like, all right, yep, see you later. And it's like,
Where's the
fuck,
end?
fuck,
yeah,
fuck,
where's the
fuck.
end? Yeah.
Somebody had this.
I've only been on a few, but I just instantly just like quit out, like just quit the whole browser. I just like hit Command Q.
Oh, that's smart. No, I'm
I
using the
just,
standalone thing
Oh, I see.
app. You have to like.
I'm sure there's like an Alt F4. You can just
Yeah, I need to figure it out
Yeah.
quicker because it's just like, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
because I
just
guess it's
exit out.
it's just a sign of like
Or
both of
just
you are
slam your laptop closed.
just a call camera.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
I think that's like
Open it
that's
10
the-
minutes
that's
later.
That's the move.
I think you would go back in when you open it though.
Well, give it like 5 minutes to make sure that Dave left.
Let your battery die.
Make it nice and clean.
Pull the battery out of the laptop.
Yeah,
Kleenex.
yeah.
Shut off the breaker to your house.
Yeah. Break the laptop.
I think closing the lid's a sweet move.
Anyways, I just thought that was funny. I was like, all right, I'll see you later. Okay, good chat. All right, I'll see you. Because you're trying to end with like some energy.
Yeah.
Because it's usually a stranger. That's
Yeah,
more what it
right.
is. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, good
Yeah,
catching
yeah.
up. All
You're
right.
trying to make a good impression.
And then it's just kind of this window into
Thanks for
your
everything,
life,
bro.
silence,
Yeah.
sharing a moment.
Your background becomes unblurred for a second or something.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's call it there.
All right.
Ooh, new Prelude.
Oh, okay.
Let's dive back in.
You want to talk about that?
Hold on.
You want to talk about this gay little car from Honda? Ooh, Prelude, sport shift.
Looks cool.
I
I like the look.
It's fine. It seems like a car without like a market. Like who?
Yeah.
Who?
It's
Like,
like a-
Who is this for?
Yeah.
who wants like a front wheel drive like sporty? Like I do.
Oh, you want a fun little coupe?
Like I do kind of like like that was like a pretty big like segment for
Yeah.
like a long time.
fun little coupes?
Yeah,
It's
front-wheel
like, do
drive
you want like
coupes.
a sports car with like the soul of a Civic,
Yeah.
the soul of like a Corolla?
Yeah, like the Celica.
Yeah.
Like, is this so sporty car?
Or like the Paseo. There's like so like the Hyundai like S Coupe or like the Tiburon.
You're
It's
right.
like
That was a big segment.
it's like, do you want like
sporty little coupe?
do you
Yeah.
want the Scion TC?
Yeah,
Like,
the 240 SX, to be honest, which ended up being the initial cheese that grew the colony of cockroaches that is now taking over V8s.
yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like it's
That's a good point.
It's cool that it exists, but like who really
buys them?
who wants that kind of car in
Yeah,
it's like
2025.
it's basically like the opposite of like what the like theoretical four-door Miata that I just talked about would
Yeah.
be. So do you want like a not really practical car that
It's EV only, right? Or
no, it's
no,
a,
I
no,
think
it's,
it's a
a,
hybrid.
it's a
Oh,
hybrid.
it's a hybrid. Okay.
Like if that was like a Type R underneath, that would be cool. It's like,
Yeah.
do you want like a two-door
Type
like
R.
crazy Type R?
Yeah.
Would be like kind of cool.
Mm.
But I mean, I don't hate it, but like it just seems like a kind of a lukewarm like the Prelude is back because
It's
like
back.
the Prelude was like Honda's best car
I
at the time.
I don't think I mentioned it to you guys, but I watched that like Netflix David Beckham documentary
yeah.
from a few years ago,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like a Honda Prelude, like a black Honda.
He had one.
Yeah, like a Gen 4
Yeah,
Prelude. He had like that was his main car.
That's true. That was like their flagship.
like the
Yeah.
Prelude, like
It was
I'm
like
pretty sure
their tech.
it was like the fastest Honda you could buy that wasn't an NSX.
Yeah.
and that was an Acura here, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was kind of like the Avalon, right? It was like
It was like it
their-
was supposed to be like a luxury,
They're
but
sort
it was
of
like a
like a
luxury
high-end-
I
sport.
think like a Prelude was like
It
faster.
was more like an SC.
It was like
yeah,
faster than like an Integra, even like
Yeah.
a GSR. Wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
yeah, you're
by
right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder, is this supposed to be?
I don't think so. It's definitely not better than a Civic Type R.
This is just yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. It's supposed to have the Type R like front suspension or something.
Is it?
That's what I heard.
Oh, that probably I didn't read that part.
yeah, I didn't read beyond the headline.
Once I saw that it wasn't going to be like a big.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Once
sure.
I saw it was gonna be a good.
I mean, like
car.
it's like a Civic Hybrid is like a good car, but like that's
Oh,
it's like a
yeah.
that's like a 4-door.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And this is probably gonna be
28,000.
way more. It's gonna be way more expensive.
I mean, I don't know about way more, but it's definitely not going to be cheaper. It's going to be like a more compromised Civic Hybrid, right?
Yeah. Damn, Civic Hybrid. Did you look at those?
I did, but like I kind of want just because I realized like it's a bit of a stupid topic to close, it, but like
We're already past.
This is a very like spreadsheet. No, just like because we have solar on our house, and like the solar was like
Oh.
set when we got it. It was like set up to include like EV charging.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I might as well just like take advantage of
Something
this.
that charges.
Right. It's just like since we're paying for it anyways.
Yeah.
That kept you
Kind of.
from
yeah.
it. That,
right.
Or that contributed.
Yeah, yeah. Because at first, should I just get like a Camry or something?
Especially charging a smaller battery.
Right.
rather
Yeah,
than
yeah.
like
So it's like so effectively like we won't need to buy gas in that car unless we go out of town. So
yeah.
Interesting.
that very spicy.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Well,
that's,
now that we've
we better end before we get into any more trouble.
Right.
Is there any
No, but
other-
the Civic Hybrid is good. But
Yeah, I heard it was like very good.
yeah,
It is funny though how like when that stuff is first teased, it
Mm.
just always cracks me up in the comments. Like the Prius Prime's a good one,
Mm.
where people are like, "Oh my god, like, dream car!
My dream.
Like finally they made it. Like too bad they're marked up." or
finally the
whatever."
Prius is sexy.
Yeah, and then like a year later, I just want to be like, I want to go back. There's not enough of that on the internet of going back and like, hey, did you buy one?
There's a lot of it in like political discussions.
Yeah, it's just I don't.
People
I
were just
think-
like, Harris is gonna fucking come back to this. Like,
yeah, I think there's just not enough like nothing
Holding
nothing
people accountable.
refreshes. Yeah, it's not like, oh, someone commented on that X post.
Yeah.
So they're gonna bring it back to life. It's gonna be reposted to your feed because there's a new comment.
I'm pretty sure. Well, there's some kind of like, so it's like remind me of or something.
Yeah, you can do that on
like,
Reddit,
Yeah,
but,
like
like,
that's an automatic.
Nothing. Where old forum posts would be
Right.
like back
Bump,
from the dead.
yeah.
3 years
Bump,
later.
you got
like,
anything to say, buddy?
like, hey, what's up, bitch? Like, did you buy that? You know, whatever. Like that is just sort of gone.
You said this car wouldn't lap the Nürburgring.
Yeah.
quickly.
I just always want to, like, because people say shit and it's like, I need to like write down.
I want to call this
I'm
guy.
gonna come back to this guy in 3
I wanna
years.
circle back.
Like, oh, how's it selling now? Fucking loser. The Ionic N, the best.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, really? Why are there like,
Redefining
there's like
performance.
1,000 of them on dealer lots across the nation? Could it maybe be fucking overpriced
70
by like 20 grand?
by like 40
Idiots.
grand.
Fucking dumbasses. Those are the best. Yeah, is it?
Honestly, I got to say that like I remember I sent you guys like Savage Geese review of that car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking fine.
ripped on it.
Even though I'd never driven one or like
Yeah.
even sat
I just
in one.
knew.
I just like I knew like there's something off about this
Something's
car.
off.
But then his entire review was like, there's something fucking really weird and dumb about this car.
Yeah.
Which like honestly props to him because like that's the one car that everyone was like, this is a revelation.
Yeah, finally.
This is
good.
like a true
Yeah, it's just
it's
held
like
up.
like the fucking
Spaceship. Sonic booms.
it even like feels like you're shifting.
It's so fun and cool. Why aren't more manufacturers doing this?
This is what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. What else do we? let's keep going.
Year end garbage.
Yeah. Anything else you gotta dump on here? 6 cents. Yeah. All right.
Don't spoil the end.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
spoil it.
All right. Let's cut it.
All right.
Let's go to
Happy New Year.
let's go to Chipotle.
Damn Chipotle.
Damn.
All right. I got one more.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Which, as we were talking about a couple days ago, insurance.
Oh, there's
car
there's a new
insurance.
performance pack for the GR86.
Is there?
I didn't know that either, but like apparently you can option it now with like the Brembos and like the
Damn.
Sax.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's
yeah.
nothing
They
to
did that
do-
on the previous.
it does
one.
nothing.
But like,
to
but
the
before you had to get like a special edition, like you had to buy.
Oh, it's
like,
just an option.
It's like it's like $2,000.
Like, do you want the
yeah,
Brembos?
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. So car insurance.
Oh,
What?
No.
Well, just is terrible.
Yes,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
is.
We all
yeah.
agree car insurance is garbage.
Yes.
And it's good that they're-
Honestly, it fucking pisses me off to like no end.
yeah, insurance in
It
general.
just keeps going up.
Well, car insurance especially because like you have to have it apparently, but I think a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
And-
have to have it to register when you register.
Yeah, like the DMV will come after you if you're.
But do they check when you renew your registration? I feel like they don't. It's only like when you initially buy the car.
I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure like if they've got to check periodically.
And if you're pulled over, it's
Yeah,
one
right.
of the
Right.
But it's like if you buy a car, like I've bought cars where like I didn't really intend to drive it even.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like if you register a car and it's not on non-op and you don't have insurance, like the DMV will send you a letter.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna like suspend your tags,
Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a like even if car like hasn't been driven like
Right.
ever.
Although somehow like 40% of people on the road
Yeah,
don't have insurance.
Yeah, like don't get a fucking accident because there's a strong chance the person you're in an
Yeah.
accident with is not gonna have insurance.
especially in California.
Yes,
Okay, so
but anyways,
oh,
no.
do you have a point?
No. I was just gonna tie it into like
It sucks.
Like it sucks, but also at the same time, like fucking car insurance, like pitch, like the mascots, like Flo
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Mr. Mayhem. It's like they're fucking household names because their advertising budget
yeah.
is so like insane.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
But, like,
Jake
that's
from
also-
Jake from State Farm is like a fucking like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he can go anywhere without people
Yeah,
recognizing him.
Geico lizard.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. anyways, just I mean, just shows like how much money is like around that industry.
Yeah,
Like,
massive. Well, what was making me laugh is because with health insurance, there's a way you can do it where you have a health savings account,
right?
Where you like contribute monthly, and then you can use that account.
You can do that. I should probably look into that.
Yeah, it's like
you have to use it though. Like if you don't, you
have to use.
You set
account.
like I want to spend this much money per year, like a $500 account. But if you
Right.
don't use it, you lose that money.
What? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Thought it rolled over. It doesn't. Well, we can
Better
get
look
into
at
that.
it.
That's on a separate.
We'll discuss that at Chipotle.
Insurance Bros cast. Anyways, I thought it'd be funny to have like a car health insurance. Like,
Well, you should. I mean, in a way, like.
yeah, but I was thinking it'd be sweet if you could spend it on like coilovers and stuff.
T37s.
Yeah. Well, it's the end of the year. Better use your car. HSA. You're putting
use
like
it up.
wheels on it and stuff.
Actually, that also reminds me, like every time it's like April and it's like tax return season.
Yeah.
So it's like fucking like Jimmy's tuning, like it's tax return sale, bro. Oh, you got a little bit of money back, like buy some fucking coilovers,
Yeah,
like
headers,
the tunes.
headers in a tune package, tax return.
It's like surely that person has like no other debt.
Yeah. Oh, you got $1,000?
You got $1,000 back from the IRS.
Cobra plug-in.
I've seen you've been eyeing this.
OBD2 off the shelf.
Yeah, sure. You don't want to fucking short shift.
God damn it. Okay, all right. That's a good ending it.
All right, let's go to
Chipotle. Yeah, all right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Et cetera. Bye.
See ya. Slam it.